everyone. Welcome back to One Piece of Me. My name is Nichol D'Agostino. I am the narrator, and welcome back to the show. Today I have special guest, as you may have seen on previous videos, Mr. Jordan Burney, also known as Jburn. And so today we're going to talk some more One Piece. We've got a special talk that we kind of planned, but we figured we would just, let it be where it's going to be. This is for new people, so if you're a newbie in the One Piece world, and of course for gurus too. If you're collecting the trading cards, it's awesome. It's been an awesome experience. And of course, if you're collecting the starter decks right now, and you know that starter deck 10 just came out, we're excited for that. We're going to talk about that and just talk about the cards, their value, just some great information, and anything you want to say or chime in on. Make sure you subscribe and share and comment here for us to let us know what you're thinking and what you're doing and what you're playing and what you're running. So I started out running Nami, and Jburn and I did a cool Nami versus Nami video for you, so I hope that you enjoyed that. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Nami is definitely a weaker leader right now because of all of the really strong characters that are coming out. Yeah. We've got OP 05 and OP 06 on the way, and we already have sneak peeks at that. So we know which cards we're already starting to look for. That's driving the market.
Oh, yeah.
I have been forced to play my opponent here in the house with multiple leaders. So I've, tried Rebecca and Vivi and Crocodile and Arlong, and I played Arlong most of yesterday. And I really liked it. I've done Zoro and Monkey D. Luffy Red and Monkey D. Luffy Black. So I do have some experience with the leaders, what they do, what their colors all do. So again, if you're new, it does go by color as you're trading, collecting the cards, trading them with other people. You're putting your colors together according to the leader. So what do you think about this new deck that's here right now, this ST10? It's called the Three Captains, and we definitely got a couple of boxes. We've broken the boxes up. It came with 3 captains. Why don't you tell everybody what's inside this box and how great it is and what works and what doesn't?
It's honestly an amazing deck. They call it the ultimate deck or ultra deck for a reason. Comes with 3 leaders, all playable, just off rip out of the pack. I do recommend, you modify them a little bit, but yeah, we get the law leader, which is really popular.
Yep.
Let me just real quick. We got the beautiful law leader. I know that's hard to see, but just look him up.
And then we've got Captain Kid here, Eustace Kid. And then I have Captain Monkey D. Luffy as well. But yes. I pulled that out, and I'm making a deck and starting with that as well.
And that's going to be a really good deck. Yeah, Yay! These captains, 2 out of 3 of them are kind of on a rampage in 05. You can play 05 on the simulators, so I mentioned that last time. It's a great resource to practice and learn. And Law is going crazy with his ability to just remove a bit of Dawn from his field and then remove a character and play a character. It gives you a huge advantage if you use it well and use it correctly. Monkey D. Luffy is he ramps so fast. If he has less than 3, he gets a Dawn. If he has 8 or more, he gets a Dawn. So he gets to 10 in about 4 turns. By turn 4, he could have 10, and he could start dropping 10 drop rushes on you. So
yeah, and that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power.
Yeah, these guys they're definitely making their way through 05. I mean, there are a lot of good leaders coming in 05, but I'm very excited about the captains, and they're extremely affordable right now. You can grab a deck for $30, and then you can build onto it. It might cost you a little bit depending on which one you build.
Yeah, and if you're blinging out your deck, of course, it's going to cost you more. Yeah. But this actually came with a lot of really cool blingy cards. So it's almost like they took certain cards that, were in other, these are just the same cards that were commons and uncommons. And they made them just really beautiful, really blingy. And of course, that's what I like. They're really shiny. They're just gorgeous. The art's insane.
Yeah, it is. And not only, they reprinted cards that were extremely playable, that were getting very expensive.
Yeah.
Which, some collectors might not like, but players, we love that.
Yeah.
And even collecting, it didn't dent the OGs too badly. So reintroducing the Nami with a new art, all holographic in this deck too.
Yeah,
just amazing.
Just gorgeous. Definitely worth it if you're out there doing any holiday shopping and you're out there for your kids. If you're into it, get a couple of boxes for you, some for them. I definitely recommend it. Van Dyke does does not disappoint. And it's exciting because we now are about to come into, like I said, set 5 and set 6.
I'm so hyped for 5. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's really driving the market. We were talking actually now, Romance Dawn and Paramount War, which are sets 1 and 2, are almost impossible to find and buy right now at some of our local stores. And when you go online right now, they are definitely hard to find and expensive. They're almost double and triple the price.
Yeah, no, they're and Romance Dawn is creeping up. I mean, it'll be over $1,000 soon.
Yeah.
I predict in the beginning of next year.
I'm excited for that because I have some Romance Dawn. I jumped into this. Like I said, if you're a newbie and you jumped to it,
yeah,
you're
that had to be your first
collecting.
purchase.
Yeah.
If you're used to TCGs, then you know
I didn't get the
originals.
first wave box, but I am hopeful for the future that I will grab one of those. I've got a couple, an eye on a couple of them on eBay, so we'll see what I might be able to get at. Paramount War, I have Pillars of Strength. I have Kingdom of Intrigue. I feel like I have so many Kingdom of Intrigue.
But you still need the box
cards. But I do still need the box. Now I have collected some of the starter decks. I've gotten like 1, and I've got 7, 9, and 10 now. So I do have those sealed for collectible purposes. If you're also out there collecting, definitely make sure that you're collecting everything you can. Keep it sealed. Put it away. Try to forget about it. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
You're trying to forget about it, and you're like, oh yeah, I have a pack of cards, or I have a box of cards I put away. I think I'll make myself happy today.
yeah, that happens.
So it's kind of hard to, not give in to the indulgence of, that part of it. And especially if you think that you're running a deck, it's so hard to like balance it all. If you're running a deck and you think that the card that you need might be in one of those boxes or packs, you're like, I'm just going to break it open. But it's hard. It's hard to do it all. But it is important to do it all because there is treasure in those boxes. And now with 05 and 06 on the way, 1 through 4 is going to start to disappear. So it's good to have as many as you can of them. Definitely save all of the rares, super rares. What are some of the most valuable cards that you have right now that you have in your collection, Jburn, that you've put away for the future?
Yeah, I'm more into the sealed product, the boxes, the booster boxes, the starter decks. So I have all 10 starter decks, which are getting harder to collect as time goes on.
Keeps flipping back and forth. They keep making you go back, like we've talked about in other videos.
You never know which one that was $20 this week is going to be $50
If you're a newbie, save
week.
your money. And that is the truth, because you are going to find that you're going to love to play the game so much if you're playing. And then you're going to sit down across from someone and you're going to be playing the game and realize that you could do better and would do better if you had these other cards. But they might not be available in a deck that you can get anymore. So you're going to be looking for, and the price where it may have started out at $10, $15, $20 for a starter deck might be up to $50, $60, $70, even up to $100.
Yeah, we've seen one
and
hit
more
100
for
now.
Those starter boxes. So I think we're definitely tapping on the value of just how great this is.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Some of my most valuable cards, I have an alt art leader,
Nice.
VV.
Yay!
Hovering around $40.
She's
and
beautiful.
Then, yeah, honestly, the Marco I pulled here, sitting around 25. I believe he'll go up as he gets unbanned a little bit. They put a restriction on him, so 1 per deck.
Yeah.
But as soon as that's released, we're gonna need more.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I have an alt art Uta secret rare, so that's hovering around 40. And
Nice.
yeah, they're just nice trade fodder. Really, when 05 comes out, I'm ready to trade them for 05.
Okay.
Question.
All right. Sure.
So if they're putting a restriction on a card, how do they unrestrict it? They just have to release other cards that counterbalance it, or do they just change the rule set? Or
They just changed the rules. So what they did was they made an announcement because, it was a little out of hand. The restriction helped a tiny bit. It upset a lot of people, but it really did kind of balance the game and put more leaders in the spotlight. A lot more leaders were viable and usable. And they realized quickly that, hey, maybe we didn't need to do so much. And so they're releasing the restriction and just letting it go as soon as 05 drops. So December
which is December 8th.
Yep. Jinx.
We've all got that as fans on our calendar. So December 8th, 05 English
my
drops.
paycheck.
We're so excited. We've been, of course, watching on all of the other social media sites, which, by the way, do look us up. Do follow along with us. We are on all the other social media sites. But today, of course, we're on YouTube and we're talking about, how amazing the value of these cards are. And, we are watching, of course, the news and, of course, other stations and arenas is that we want to, God bless you, make sure that you know that we are talking about it everywhere. We've got a lot of great things happening right now. I have a lot of great things happening right now that I want to just let everybody know. Make sure you're subscribing here. Make sure you subscribe and like on all the other platforms. And we're going to start to actually really see some product come through here, because I have been working with a very good longtime friend of mine, and he started a YouTube just like this, and then he worked his way over to another platform and started a store, a shop. And on that shop and in that shop, you can go in and you can buy product, and then we live stream the opening of those packs of those products, and then we get a chance to mail that to you. So it's a lot of fun that you can take place with. So we'll have some more information about that coming up, but it is probably going to be happening hopefully by the end of this week, maybe into next week. And we're going to have OPO1, OPO2, OPO3, OPO4. We're going to have all of them in Japanese as well. So if you are finding it hard to find those boxes and find those cards right now, maybe you want them as gifts or something for the holidays. Maybe you want it for yourself because you want to give this a try because you've been inspired. And of course, we're definitely out there influencing One Piece, getting you guys to watch it if you haven't watched it already, joining in with you if you've had fun already watching it and you're looking for other fans and other people like us that want to talk about it all the time. And like I said, that's what makes this so much fun.
Yeah.
So the product's going to start to come in for us. We're going to have so much more information and knowledge that we can bring to you. We do get the spoiler alerts because Japan gets it before us, but we are very excited. And I know I say that a lot, but when you are a One Piece fan,
excited.
Yes.
No, I mean, it's going to be great. Like, you're going to see so much product.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be amazing to meet all those people and connect
new Don
with them.
Cards and
get some new trade partners. I'm always looking to trade. Yeah, guys, don't forget to comment, like, and let's talk about One Piece. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the anime.
What cards do you guys have in your collection right now that you're hoping the value goes up on? And also, if you're playing the game, what leader are you playing? And if you want to, put in the comments any kind of like picture of what your deck is. It helps other people when they're playing the game and learning what to do. Like I said, I know there's lots of information already out there, but we're hoping that this is also a lot of fun and gives everybody a lot of influence into learning about this and getting involved in it, because it really is of treasure and a value that we think is so important to get together and talk to you about. So aside from the cards, I'm now, thank God, watching Funimation. I've continued my journey from 420 to now I think almost 440. So I'm creeping into it,
where
slowly.
are you at right now?
So right now I am at Impel Downs, and I have just been introduced to Imperio Ivankov. And that character is just a fun and fancy and fluffy and free character. I love it. I mean,
it's a character.
It's insane.
He's great. Very strong too.
Yeah, and so while we aren't going to talk about all of the episodes, I will say that just for fun, so you can, kind of follow along. Maybe it's a spoiler alert. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I have to say that now that a bad guy, as we sometimes talk about, the good guy becomes the bad guy becomes the good guy. The good guy has really turned out to be Bon Clay.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Mr. Two. Right?
Yeah, this is where
oh my gosh, Mr. Two, we love you.
His
you
legend.
are such an amazing friend. We all want a friend like that, right?
Oh man, and he was an average villain. He did his thing,
but he did. He kind of came and went. Baroque works, and then it didn't work.
He just stepped up so heavy in this next. In Impel Down, he stepped up so heavy, and he really made his mark on the watchers and the fans' hearts.
And Boa still is like really a fan as well.
I really like Mr. 3 though. Mr. 3
is cool. Yeah, he's got his candle coolness to him.
So Bon Clay ends up with Luffy, and Mr. 3, Geraldino, he ends up with Buggy.
Yeah.
And so that relationship is so funny. So I enjoy the Buggy Mr. 3 relationship, and it just gets funnier. Wait till you get to the Paramount War. There's a reason they named a set after it. It is good.
It's so weird. I'm trying to figure out and learn, and I know you guys might be too. Like, how are they planning the set boxes according to the shows? Is it by arc? Is it by characters, coming and going? Is there any rhyme or reason to it? Like, what's happening with that?
So Romance Dawn makes sense. That's the first arc.
Right.
Paramount War was definitely the first big thing that put One Piece on the map. Alabasta was cool. I mean, everything before was cool. Impel Down is awesome, but Paramount War was huge. Then what did they do? They did
Pillars of Strength, which is 3.
Which just went back to East Blue and did Big Mom Pirates. So there's no rhyme or reason.
Okay, all right. So that's good information to know as well.
Yeah, and then what do we go to next? In Kingdoms of Intrigue. So we went right back to Alabasta when we could have just, I don't know. I feel like we were already there. Like it's, what's the next one? Yeah. So the next one after 5 is Awakening of the new era.
Yeah.
So,
and it is an awakening of a new era.
That makes sense, but it should be after Paramount War because that's when the new era awakened.
Okay.
Like right before, right after. And then lastly, 06, we have Wings of the Captain.
Okay.
Which has nothing to do with any arc. But they introduced Thriller Bark and they introduce
those are going to be some fun characters to see on cards in the future.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Thriller Bark was like kind of a
crazy.
It was chill, like it wasn't that exciting until the very end when Kuma showed up.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. I loved that one. Actually, that was where I fell in love with Kuma. So I'm excited for it for sure.
No rhyme or reason though for I don't know what would be next. Maybe they do and they hit Dressrosa in 04, so like they're everywhere. And they already did Animal Kingdom Pirates. We'll see. Well, I'm excited regardless, you know.
It's interesting because Awakening of a New Era actually comes at this point in time, I think, globally for everybody in history, because we are kind of an awakening of a new era. And if we know anything about the show, we know that it really does run and follow true life. You know, this is actually maybe one of the best animated true life stories of all time, as we've talked about, maybe the greatest story of all time. And the way that it has its parallelisms, it's interesting that, you know, now they introduced, you know, the live action to everybody. So way more people know about it. If you weren't a fan of an anime or anything like that and were turned off to watching anything, now you just saw a cool movie about pirates that have superpowers. Yeah. And then you find out that there's trading cards too. Yep. I was actually talking to a little boy. He was about maybe 9 or 10 years old, and his mom knew that he was collecting other trading cards and playing the games with his friends, and knew that he watched the One Piece live action on Netflix. And after they watched it together as a family, she found out there was trading cards and asked him if he wanted some, and he was like, sure. And then all of a sudden he was going to Sky High Comics on the Treasure Coast, and he was in a tournament, and he was like playing with the Luffy and just trying to figure it all out. And his dad was with him, so it was a great activity. So it was like the, you know, dad and his son, you know, daddy son day. They were out there playing cards and having a good time and just trying to collect and meet new friends. Mm-hmm.
Which is one of the best parts. Yeah. Personally, trading for me is the best part. Like buying and selling is super dope, but trading, I don't know. There's just something about, first of all, the negotiation. And then secondly, the actual trade where you have established trust with somebody else. Yeah. And then you give away your cards, some of your favorites sometimes. So trading is just, I don't know, it's really kind of intimate. Because I'm not just going to trade with anybody. Like, unless you guys want to trade, hit me up. Comment, let me know what you're looking to trade.
See, everybody, you know what? If they're watching your social media right now, they're like, oh my gosh, what in the world? But he's such a sweetheart, isn't he? Oh my gosh, look at, he's like being all like, he's a bit of a mush, I think, sometimes. So that was a little mushy.
But yeah, I love the trading aspect. Nice. I've always loved it. Yeah, I think Pokemon got me into that, trading on Pokemon. But yeah, I mean, this game has been a breath of fresh air. I think I said that last time.
You did.
But it is. It's just, it's so nice to have. I mean, I waited, 24 years the anime's been going on. Yeah. The manga's been going on for like 27 or something, like way more.
And now think about this. You went from like reading it to playing it to, you know, collecting it and saving it and keeping it, and then, you know, coming into playing it some more and then meeting people and, you know, doing some crazy stuff. And then, you know, now you're like on a YouTube channel and you're talking about it.
Yeah, shout out to One Piece Trading Carter. I might not have met Nicole. I wouldn't be here, but I'm glad I am.
Yeah, and it is an intimate experience, especially when we go to the stores and we go to the local places where we are playing the game and we are getting to know other people out there. So shout out to all our peeps who we play in tournaments with. We love trading with you guys too, and we love watching other people actually open up their packs of cards. You know, it's one thing to get the pack for yourself and then you open it up and you're by yourself, and if you get something great, you're like, oh my god, yay, that's awesome. And it is a lot of fun to actually do the rip and pull yourself and open up the pack pack and, go through it and look at it. And, then when you forget about what you have for a second, if you have multiple packs, you go home later and then you nerd out in your bed or on, your desk with it, and you're looking at it again and you're reading all the little, cards and what they say and their activities are. If you're just learning, you're like, what does that mean? I have no idea, but that's a pretty card. But then you're like really trying to like think, what can that go in? And you're, obviously having that experience. One of the things that I think so great about the live streaming, and especially about what's about to happen with the shop, is that people are actually going to be able to purchase the cards, and then we're going to be doing the opening for them
live for you,
and so it's kind of a fun thing, so everybody can join in. It's actually such a great idea, and it was such a great thought and creative space for somebody to go into, because there's a lot of people out there that may not know other people that are actually collecting One Piece cards. Maybe you don't want to mention to anybody that you're watching the show yet, and maybe you don't want anybody to know that you're collecting the cards or learning to play yet. I know that sometimes it doesn't always get, the best of
people.
It's a little taboo
some people,
sometimes, but I think it's growing, and I think that there's more and more people who don't really care about taboos anymore. That's the great thing about freedom.
And as it grows, it grows in value, it grows in love and community, then people will chill a bit, because they're like, oh well, there's a lot of people who play that, and then wow, they're like, those guys, they got in early. It's
when girls like me show up and they're dressed up in costume, and then everybody's like,
shout out to the players like Nicole who keep us going. Keep us
love of
relevant.
the dressing up. It is fun. It is a lot of fun.
I'm not big on dressing up, but doesn't mean I wouldn't.
If you could dress up as somebody, who would you dress up as?
Not many characters with an afro. Maybe Luffy, Afro Luffy. Maybe Brooke.
Afro Luffy. That was a great episode. Yeah. Oh my god.
That was good filler. But that wasn't even filler, because they come back.
They do. They do.
Yeah, the Davy games.
So it is kind of hard to remember. Was that with Captain Foxy?
Yeah.
It was.
And
okay.
They played,
when they played the Davy Jones,
which was
the Davy games.
Yeah,
that was a great episode.
Super interesting. Well. Yeah, so I would probably do Afro Luffy because
that's fun. Afro. It is growing out long. It's longer since the last time I saw you.
Yeah, longer.
Are you gonna let it go? Are you gonna let everything go like for the holiday and go all Santa Claus out?
No, I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't like it. It's in my face. But the Afro, I'm going until 15 inches.
So you're going clean cut, youth. The whole I'm gonna look like I'm a teenager again because you already look so young, and then full afro. Okay, so he's definitely gonna be able to pull that off. Afro Luffy, here we come. So you do Afro Luffy. You do.
What if you dye it green and go Gaimon?
Gaimon.
Was it green?
That's an option.
He's like green.
That's a decent. That would be more creative.
Put him in a box.
That would be much more creative.
Have somebody build like a box around you.
No, that's easy. Just build a little box. Get down in there. I might do that one.
Okay, so if you do that, then I'll have to break out my Boa Hancock, because I did get my costume in the mail and it's spectacular. I love it.
Yeah,
I tried it on. It's definitely
awesome.
going to be dope when I break that out. So yeah, definitely love talking all things One Piece, and there is, like I said, a lot of great information that's out there. Lots of great podcasts that are out there. YouTube, you guys are fantastic by helping to influence the One Piece community. We just love everybody that we're meeting, everyone that we're playing with. Is there anything else that I think the fans should know about when they are about to open the next set? Let's say, for instance, you're somebody who's new that's just coming into it. Like when I came into it, it was kind of like Pillars of Strength had just come out. So I jumped in on 3 and then kind of had to backtrack. In 05, what should everybody really, really be looking for, holding on to? What is going to be like the captain to play? What is going to be the Dawn to look for, if you know what the artwork is going to be on that?
Always both Dawn. You want them both.
Right. Okay. So, but do you know what the alt art Dawns are? Do you know what the captains are going to be?
I know the captains, but I think we're getting a Kaido, and then we're getting maybe the Yamato finally.
Okay. All right. So those are nice Dawns.
Don't quote me. Yeah, they should be good. And we're getting 2 more alt Dawns on a set or something.
Okay.
On a little gift box or something.
Another gift box. Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. The leaders, though, like I said, the Trafalgar Law. This guy is a beast. He is the new rusher, along with Betty
And
Bolo Betty.
okay.
And then Anel is the new yellow.
Oh yeah, Anel. Such a great character as well. If you
he's
made it to Skypiea.
similar to Queen, but a little more rush heavy because he can rush twice, which is rare for yellow.
Okay.
And then
And
finally,
yellow is a great deck if you're collecting too. That yellow is the manipulation of life and cards and everything.
Fun.
Yeah, super
one
fun.
of the heavier control decks. And then last but not least, we have a new Luffy, purple Luffy, extreme ramp. This guy at times, especially when he goes second, can get 10 on and turn 3.
Wow.
Wow.
So I'm definitely going to want to
crazy.
run that one for myself because it seems like I'm kind of collecting and kind of running all of the monkey.
I would say he's
leaders.
the new Whitebeard because the way he plays is you can, take one card off the top of your life and then you could add a Dawn active.
Gotcha.
So he is just ramping and rushing and just getting rid of his life like it doesn't matter, but it works for him. That's how he plays. So, yeah, we have some great decks coming up.
Shout out to Almond. Wasn't he doing purple deck?
Almond was doing purple deck. He actually, I think, was doing Crocodile. Was that right, Almond?
Oh, wow.
If you're watching
My man's
this,
going
can you comment
crazy
down
playing
below?
on
I think you
hardcore.
started out wanting to do Crocodile. I think you were working Crocodile. And we were building that up. I don't remember what the second leader was. I know that we've met up a couple of times
Maybe
at our
Croc
local
again just blew this
at our local
time.
hangout, and we were playing against each other, but I can't remember who. Oh, Zephyr. He was playing Zephyr as well, which I think is
double
purple
black.
and black.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think he chose it because he pulled it from the boxes, and then he had the artwork, and then he was like I said, we were like loading him up on whatever cards we had at the time to
He likes crowd
help
control.
him.
That black is a lot of crowd control, and easily too. You just play a couple of cards, all of a sudden people are getting knocked out on your opponent's side of the field.
Yeah.
So
we're also going to film a couple of more matches where Jordan and I are playing against each other with some of the different leaders. Like I said, I was playing Arlong, so I might go up against him with Arlong. What leader are you gonna play? Do you think you're gonna try out today?
Well, since we mentioned Ivankov, I'm gonna play him.
Okay.
He has a really fun deck. It's very simple and straightforward.
All right. So we'll do a matchup so that you guys can follow along with that and you can see how that's being played. It is a lot different on the sim, but it is, of course, like Jordan was saying, it is a lot of experience. It is a lot of fun. So definitely get on there. But stay tuned for some of these videos because when you are when you've got the human involved, as in anything in life. So, another one piece of me, when you have the human involved, it has the power and the ability to change all different things in all different ways, all different strategies. And that's what helps, gain and lose your power.
It
so
definitely
I'm excited
is
to
much
do a
different.
couple of matches against you. Now, I do think I want to run a couple of other decks. So what else besides Ivankov are you thinking? What other leaders?
I will play the 75% completed law deck.
Okay, all right. So then I'll
risk it.
I'll do the red Monkey D, and I will do the Arlong, and then maybe I'll even do the Katakuri.
We might run a mirror cat versus cat.
Okay. All
That'd
right.
be fun. That's an actually
Challenge
fun
accepted.
Alrighty.
All right.
You'll see it here, guys.
Yeah, thanks everybody again for tuning in. And again, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and we will talk to you all soon. Again, welcome back, and we'll see you from one piece of me and one piece of Jordan. And together, we're making dreams come true. So, and if you haven't watched One Piece, get out there and watch it.
Just do it!